Well, here it is, my fast food tier list. I'm talking slowly, well, not slowly, but I'm talking very softly and quietly because my parents are sleeping and my nephews are staying. Well, not nephews, my cousins are staying, so that's fun. Anyway, I'm gonna try pumping out content for you guys regardless. So we're going to F tier, which are the foods that I never tried. Now, the foods that I just hate, just the fast food places that I just never tried before. This is my fast food tier list, so here we go. First is Baja Fresh. Never even encountered this place like at all. Never seen this place at all. Next is Polo Local. I usually don't. I don't. Is this like a Mexican restaurant? Because I never really been here before. Because I have a mom that does lots of Mexican food. Like, she's a Mexican food expert because, well, we're Mexican, so yeah. Next is Cookout, I think it's called. Never heard of it. Evolution Burger, never heard of it. Bojangles. People have heard of it, but I have not before. Next is Cinnabon. I've seen these places around, never ate there. Never heard of Shake Shack. I know, weird. Next is Qdoba. Once again, if you have a mom that cooks Mexican food, why even bother? Next is Quiznos Sub. I think I've heard of it, but I'm not really sure. Del Taco. I've only really seen that vine of it. Next is, what was that? Tortilla or something like that? Never heard of it. Jack in the Box. This is the most well-known out of these, and no, I haven't tried it before. Maybe someday. Next is California Pizza Kitchen. Never have been there before, and will never be in California, despite my friends being there. Freaking lucky best. Anyway, next is In-N-Out Burger. This is actually on the street. You know how everyone has a main street. Well, usually there's a street I always go for like errands and stuff, and this is on that street, but I never been there before. Next is Boston Market. Never been there before, but I've heard a bunch of it. There used to be one where I used to live, but it closed down, so yeah. And then Nana's, I think it's called. Never heard of it. Alright, next is E tier, which are the foods I just can't stand. First is Pizza Hut. Usually we do have this like once in a while, so it's not that bad. But when we do, I'm like, it's good. I'll only like have 2 slices and that's it. The breadsticks are kind of whack, and just everything about it is really not that good in my opinion. The only thing really saving it is the stuffed crust, but then again, you know, it's stuffed crust, it's good. But I'm not really a huge fan of Pizza Hut. This would have been up there if they, brought back their salad bar and stuff, and arcade games and just everything fun, but thanks to quarantine, that just didn't happen, and just, it was a good run. But back then, I remember them having a salad bar, and that was all the rage. But it's gone now. Next is Arby's. Now, I don't really have beef with it. That wasn't supposed to be a pun. But, I just can't deal with Arby's. The cheddar sauce is good, but then they put Arby's sauce in their burgers for some reason, even though I asked for no sauce other than the cheddar. And it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Next time I'm just gonna get a roast beef sandwich with no sauce, because that's way better than having any sauce. Next is Starbucks coffee. Now, I know a lot of people that love Starbucks, but me personally, I'm not really a coffee person. Really, I don't care what kind of coffee they serve me, really. Coffee is coffee in the end of the day, at least in my opinion. And they also have these weird, size names, like they're quirky or something, like Venti, which is more of a Genshin Impact character than a size, and I just don't really see the reason of coming to Starbucks other than for coffee. Really, the only thing redeeming it is the cake pops. Now, there's an honorable mention that I want to put here, and that's called Moe's Southwest Grill. The salsa is horrible. The tacos suck. If you eat anything there, you will throw up. I don't like Moe's at all. I just wanted to say something more than, more than one star, more than negative. Anyway, next is tier, which there's only one thing: Church's. Church's chicken is fine, I guess. Not the best, but not the worst. But the reason it's like on here is because I never really tried it that much. Only one time, and yeah, it was okay. Next is C tier. First is Chuck E. Cheese's. Now, I'm only ranking the food and at the arcade, but the food is okay. It's definitely better than Pizza Hut, even though it seems tastes cheap and stuff. But yeah, the food there is okay. Just good enough to be in C tier. Next is Dunkin' Donuts. Now, I never try the coffees, but their donuts are really delicious, especially their Boston cream, which is the one I usually order with chocolate milk. Yep. Next is Sbarro. Sbarro is like a mall pizza joint that slowly going extinction, but I don't really mind because I live near two malls, so and they both have Sbarros, and they're still lasting the test of time. Their pizza is massive, and I really love them. Next is White Castle. Now, the only thing, stopping it from hitting the grates is because they put onions on their burgers, and I hate onions. But you can tolerate it, and it really just tastes like nostalgia for me, which is the reason why it's at least tolerable enough for me. And then next is Krispy Kremes. Their donuts are good. I actually did bring some Krispy Kremes for a party for Spanish class, so that was fun. Next is B tier. Carl's Jr. and Hardee's. I don't know why they're both in here. They're really just the same thing. But they're some pretty decent burgers, so I'll give them that. Next is Domino's. Domino's pizza is really good. The reason's like so low because I rarely have them, but when I do, it's delicious. Next is Five Guys. Now, super expensive, but I don't know, something about having Five Guys meat inside of you is really good. Pause. I mean, there's nothing better than trying something so juicy, so meat filled, than Five Guys. Pause. I'm sorry. Alright, I'll stop being suspicious. And zesty like Drake. I'm not gay. I'm straight. Don't worry. But in all seriousness, the burgers, fries, and shakes are really good. I just don't recommend you eat here because I think they have peanut oil. I think in there. I'm not really sure. Next is Taco Bell. Now, this is really the only Mexican food place. I'm using Mexican as in quotes because it's not really Mexican food. It's just Americanized Mexican food. But this is the only Mexican place I really do eat because my mom, once again, makes Mexican food for us. So, but anyway, their tacos are really good, and their nacho fries is probably the best thing ever. The cinnamon twist could use some work, but their Doritos Locos Tacos is the reason I go there. And their Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Really good. Next is Panda Express. Once again, this is just Americanized Chinese food that originate actually here. And they're actually not that bad. They're like above average Chinese food, which, yeah, I think Chinese food is just in the middle. It's not too bad, but it's not that good. Panda Express is like in the middle. Next is Wendy's. Who can not go wrong? Now, the only reason I put it this high is because of their Bakey Bags. You get a burger, nuggets, fries, and a drink. And their sandwiches are not that bad. I know there's a bunch of controversies with Wendy's, but honestly, it's not that bad. Next is Jimmy John's, or as I call it, JJ's, because, J. Now, I haven't really sat down a lot in Jimmy John's before, or JJ's, but usually when there's like a college graduation or party that I go to from a family member, they usually have JJ stocked up with sandwiches, and man, they taste so good. Especially whatever sauce they have in the bags, like sauce in the sandwiches defaultly. Unlike Arby's, the sauce actually makes the burger, not burgers, The sauce actually makes the JJ subs actually taste good. I know, crazy, right? Next, we're in A tier. First is Auntie Ames. Now, this isn't really like a restaurant, it's more like a snack thing if you want a big pretzel and a slushy. Um, really good. Next is Checkers. Checkers, the one that I used to have, I think still has it, is it has drive through. It looks like more like a racetrack where you can just go around and then go to the drive through, which was really awesome. And their burgers, fries are really good, even their shakes. And yeah. Next is Baskin Robbins. This has like one of the best ice cream out there. And yeah. Next is Chipotle. Chipotle has basically it's just a better version of Taco Bell. You go to a bar and you customize your own you know, your, your own burrito. Though the cool thing is that every ingredient you put on it has a bit of a spice to it, which is amazing. Next is Cold Stone. What I say about Baskin Robbins applies to here. Good ice cream. Next is KFC. Their fried chicken is delicious. Their mashed potatoes are the bomb. Their mac and cheese is really good. And I don't care what you say about their gravy. Gravy is gravy. Next is Long John Silver's. Their hush puppies are really good and their fish is really good. And so is their chicken. Really anything they have is really good. Just really the only bad thing is that it's super unhealthy. Next is Panera Bread. Their salads and sandwiches are delicious. But the best thing about it is their bread. And they have this one bread where they have like cheese on it. And you can put cream cheese on it. And it is super delicious. Next is McDonald's. Now, McDonald's is like me. We're both the straight man, sexuality wise and personality wise. And yeah, McDonald's is like probably the most famous out of all these. And you know, they're good. Good burgers. And yeah, that's it. Really, it's just as simple as you can get. Next is Sonic. Now, the joy of having, food delivered to your car is amazing, and you can also use those, those menus out there to, order whatever you want. It's awesome. There's also a little dining area if you don't have a car but you want on bike, which is awesome too. But I love the gimmick, especially their tater tots and burgers taste so good. But the main thing is their shakes, their slushies, their ice cream. Really delicious. Next, we're in the S tier, which is the places that I love. Now, there's one honorable mention I want to start off with, and that is Culver's. Culver's is like Dairy Queen, but good. I'm not saying that, Dairy Queen's bad or anything, but Culver's is really good. It basically is Dairy Queen because it's a restaurant, but their mainstay is the ice cream. Anyway, let's begin. First is Whataburger. Now, Whataburger is more of a guilty pleasure to me because I've heard a lot of people say that it's mid, but I'd say it's S tier, mainly because I grew up with it. I was born in Texas, alright? And only available in the South States, but I always cheer when I get some Whataburger because, I live in the North and not in the South. And there's no Whataburgers here for no dang reason. Anyway, next it's Subway, and it's really here for like two reasons. One, the atmosphere in that place is fresh. And two, the meatball subs, delicious, is my favorite. Man, having 12 inches of meatballs inside me, I'm sorry. I'm done being zesty. Next is Papa John's and Little Caesars. Now, I decided to group them together because they're both pizza joints. However, Papa John's tastes more expensive and rich, while Little Caesars tastes cheap, but I love it anyway because it just feels nostalgic for some reason. Both of them are really good pizzas in my opinion, though I know some of you guys would put Little Caesars near the bottom because it's very cheap, but I can't blame you, but still, it's pretty good. Next is Dairy Queen. Now there's only one reason why I put this up so high. It's because of the blizzards. Mainly the Caramel Cannonball, which has yet to return since 2019, and I want it so bad. Like seriously, if they came out with the Caramel Cannonball again, I would be happy because that blizzard is the bomb. The other blizzards are good too. That's their main gimmick. They're also like a Culver's where they sell real food, but also advertise, their blizzards. But it's good. Next is Chick-fil-A, best chicken sandwiches ever. Now I know they donate to anti-LGBTQ community things, but we're not ranking based on controversy. We're ranking based on food. And Chick-fil-A has one of the best chicken sandwiches ever, and everything about the place is clean, and people are just so nice to people for some reason. Like I even asked for a refill, and that guy was just asking me how my day was going, and just was very uncomfortably, admittedly, happy for weird reason. I know fast food workers are supposed to be happy or something like that, but it just felt like something scary was happening. And I already know what's going on because I just told you. Though the only thing that I really ordered there was their number 7, I think, which is their chicken sandwich with only lettuce, tomato, and Kobe Jack cheese. I think it was a crispy chicken sandwich, and yeah. Though the experience for me was kind of mid because my sister, I mom told my sister that if I overate, she would tell me to stop. Stop scorching my food, which was super annoying, and to the point where she abused it. My mom told her to stop, but she kept going because, well, she's my sister and wants to see me suffer. Next is Burger King. Now, I know a lot of people don't like Burger King, my mom included, but me and a few people apparently like Burger King, and that's fine. We all have our opinions. Oh no, I just really like Burger King's burgers for some odd reason. It just tastes super good. And their fries is really good too. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Frame grilled, and the only reason it's also S tier because Whopper. Okay, I'm sorry. Next is Popeye's chicken. Now, there's a huge reason why I put it on S tier. Now I know not a lot of people like Popeyes, according to the president's Discord server. People do not like Popeyes for some reason, but the reason I put it here is for the Popeyes chicken sandwich, which people don't agree on me for some reason, but if you haven't tried it, you should try it. The Popeyes chicken sandwich is God mode. It's super delicious. And the final thing in my favorite fast food restaurant is Buffalo Wild Wings. The atmosphere is amazing, and it feels like a nice night out when you're going there. But the main thing that I love about this place is their boneless 12-piece honey barbecue wings. There's nothing more better than that. Also, I have other stuff, but I love their wings. They're really delicious. Truly an American treasure. Anyway, that's my fast food tier list. Thank you guys for voting this on the polls. It was really fun to talk about food for some odd reason, despite me not basing my personality on food. And yeah, that's it. Bye guys. See you later, and thanks for the recent support. We're almost at 230 subscribers. Crazy.